Updating the breaking news now, a law enforcement source telling Fox News there has been a shooting and a standoff at Cincinnati FBI headquarters. Multiple shots fired, an assailant has fled. Garrett Tenney with more. Garrett.
Yeah, Harris, this is a developing situation. What we are told now from local reports, as well as those sources from our own Jackie Heinrich, is that there is this ongoing situation about 50 miles northwest of Cincinnati in a field there off the highway where about 4 miles of highway have been blocked in both directions as this suspect is now in a field exchanging fire with law enforcement. This comes after a long car chase about an hour from Cincinnati, where this morning around 9:30 a.m., the suspect had some kind of encounter at the FBI building in Cincinnati. It is unclear exactly what happened there. Local reports suggest that there was some kind of interaction where the agents described the individual as creating a potential threat. A law enforcement source does tell our own Jackie Heinrich that the suspect attacked the FBI office in Cincinnati, possibly firing a nail gun and then brandishing an AR-style rifle before fleeing the scene, which kicked off this car chase, which is now concluded out in that field about an hour northwest of Cincinnati, where they are now engaging with that suspect. Harris?
All right, so that was a report from earlier today after the FBI office in Cincinnati, Ohio, was attacked by an armed assailant. So as far as I know, the situation continues to be a standoff in a cornfield. So now, let me give you the details here. The FBI Cincinnati office had issued a statement earlier today saying that approximately at 9 a.m. this morning, an armed subject attempted to breach the visitor screening facility at FBI Cincinnati. And after an alarm and a response by FBI special agents, the subject fled north onto Interstate 71. He got after his car, out of his car, after being chased by police, and has exchanged fire with law enforcement in a field off the highway. Wow. Okay. So, gee, I wonder if that has anything to do with the raid on Mar-a-Lago. Now, I don't have any definitive statements on like what a motive is. So a lot of what I'm going to say is speculation. Okay. But for me, when I look at this and I look at the past couple of days of rhetoric from the right wing against the FBI, I'm going to show you examples of this. I think, of course, yes, it is related. This to me, and again, I could be wrong about this, but this seems like you have an unhinged MAGA chud that is very, very angry about the raid on Mar-a-Lago, deciding to go in and try to attack the FBI. I don't think this is a coincidence. In fact, look, I'm going to show you some of the rhetoric here that I believe may have inspired this person from, again, many in right-wing media. Listen to the things that they are saying.
Jesse, it almost feels like a preemptive coup.
This is the worst attack on this republic in modern history.
This is a direct threat to freedom, and if it's allowed to stand, it is the end of the constitutional order.
This is meant to prevent Donald Trump from being able to run again.
This is about stopping him from running in 2024.
It's not just an attack on Donald Trump. It's an attack on everybody who supports him.
If the FBI can send 30 agents to the home of a former president, they can do it to you, to me, to everybody listening to us today.
The FBI right now is the Gestapo.
The FBI is corrupt.
This is undermining our faith in not only the peaceful transfer of power, but in the executive arm of the government under an opposition party not to act like the Stasi, not to act like the secret police that we've seen in totalitarian regimes.
You really are now seeing the ugly face of a tyranny.
And I agree. I do not think it's beyond this administrative state and their deep state apparatus to actually try to work on the assassination of President Trump.
I would not put assassination behind these people.
Gee, I wonder why someone who listens to that, would want to attack the FBI. Huh? Oh, if they can come for a president. Imagine what they can do to you. They'll come for you. Hey, I got news for you, dumbass. They can already come for you. Now, they could have always came for you. The reason that they didn't is because you didn't steal documents from the White House. I mean, I love how this, oh my God. Can you imagine the FBI coming for me? Coming for you? Regular people? They ain't coming for you, dude. Not unless you've actually done crime. Which in this case, crime. And by the way, the total irony of the whole thing is that it was a misdemeanor until Donald Trump signed a law to make taking classified material a felony. Supreme irony and karma. I mean, seriously, though. But again, you watch this, you listen to this, and if you're a Fox News viewer, I don't understand what it's like to be in constant fear all the time. I mean, it's because they seem to only have two different modes. That is rage and fear. And a lot of the times, it's both at the same time. That's what that channel does. It's not about educating you. It's not about letting you know what's going on with news, right? No, it's about scaring the hell out of you constantly and then making you furious, making you think that the government is going to come for you. When in reality, it's rich people that don't want the government to just, make them pay their taxes. That's really it. So again, now here's the thing. The real interesting thing about this. So look, the right wing, as I said, they've been making a gigantic fuss about this. They call it a raid, okay? It's an executed search warrant, okay? There were no, let me tell you what a raid is actually like. On Wednesday, the FBI conducted another raid. You probably didn't hear about it. But they raided a black socialist group. According to reports from Democracy Now!, leaders of the African People's Socialist Party say that the FBI had carried out a violent raid on its properties with flash grenades, drones, guns, zip ties, and everything. This was on early Friday morning in Missouri and Florida. So now the Pan-Africanist group has been a longtime advocate for reparations for slavery and a vocal critic of U.S. foreign policy. That raid appears to be connected to a separate indictment of a Russian man who was accused of using U.S.-based groups to spread Russian propaganda and tampering with U.S. elections. So now, my question is, did anybody on Fox News talk about this? Has anyone on Fox News talked about this violent raid where they came in, aimed guns at people, okay, literally zip tied them, threw them in the back of the car, or made them sit outside as the FBI had ransacked this office? They used flashbangs against an elderly couple. Indeed. But you don't hear about it on Fox News because it was against black socialists. That's what a real raid is like. Coming and asking telling the Secret Service, hey, we got a search warrant. We need to go and look, and we know exactly what we're looking for. So we'll just, we'll be in and out in a little while. Oh, by the way, here's the receipt of what we have. Here's this and here's that. All the paperwork is all in order. Oh, okay, we'll go on in. Big difference, right? Huge difference. The right wants to talk about this, though. They want to talk about the raid against Mar-a-Lago as it's the worst thing in the world. It's tyranny literally coming to your door. Oh, and if they could do that to that, then they're going to do it to you. No. Look, that same office, by the way, at the same time that office was being raided, you also had the office of the African People's Solidarity Committee being raided as well. You know what they did? They had a battering ram to slam through the door. They shattered all the windows, with the flash bombs. You had 2 white people in there handcuffed at gunpoint. The right wing, is Fox News raging about that right now? Are they using that as an example of why we should defund the FBI? Are they talking about this at all? No, of course not. You don't hear a goddamn thing. A goddamn thing. Oh, but freedom. Freedom is being destroyed because a white rich man had a search warrant on it. No. And so look at the difference, right? Trump gets his home search for stealing documents. The right responds with lock and load. I've shown you those tweets before, those posts. We're losing our freedom. It's all tyranny, 100%. Left-wing groups, have consistently, over the decades, have gotten far worse treatment from the FBI. Far worse treatment. In fact, the FBI has worked together with the CIA to overthrow left-wing governments in South America. The right wing, though, cheers about that because they hate the left wing. They hate it. And it's very ironic to see them today. You have this, again, I would assume he is a chud that has grabbed his gun and decided to go through and try to break into the FBI building to likely shoot and kill someone, now having a shootout with the cops. Oh, but somehow it's the left that's dangerous. No, we know who the real danger is in our society. It ain't the left. It's the far right.